Hello guys, this is Trockers. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, we have a problem on trigonometric equations and it's a Cambridge June 2023. First part of the equation reads, show that the equation 3 tan squared x minus 3 sine squared x minus 4 equal to 0 may be expressed in the form a cos to the fourth x plus b cos squared x plus c equal to 0, where a, b, and c are constants to be determined. Then part B, hence solve the equation 3 tan squared x minus 3 sine squared x minus 4 equal to 0 for the range from 0 degrees to 180 degrees. Right, just to make some few annotations there so that we understand our question, guys. We want to rewrite this into that form. Meaning to say, we have to think about the identities to use. For tan squared, we are going to use sine squared x over cos squared x. Then for sine squared, we're going to use 1 minus cos squared x. Right. Then part B, hence, means we'll use the above result. Okay, guys, let's get the ball rolling. Right. So now I have our problem here. Okay, so the problem is 3 tan squared x, right? So it's 3 tan squared x, I'm sorry. All right, it's 3, and I don't need this, I need that. What the one here? All right, so it's 3 tan squared x minus 3 sine squared x minus 4 equal to 0. Right, so we want to rewrite that in terms of cosine. So what I'm going to do is to rewrite this as sine squared x over cos squared x, right? Minus 3, we have 1 minus cos squared x, right? Minus 4. So here, guys, what I just did was to rewrite tan squared in terms of sine and cos. Then I used the identity cos squared x plus sine squared x equal to 1. So we use this identity. Then when we isolate the sine squared, we're going to remain with 1 minus cos squared x. So from there, I'll just go ahead and expand. This is, okay, you can say 3, 1 minus cos squared x, right, over cos squared x minus 3 plus 3 cos squared x minus 4 equal to 0. If I expand, I'm going to get 3 minus 3 cos squared x, right? Cos plus that is plus 9, plus 3 cos to the fourth of x. This and that, it's 7. So minus 7 cos squared x equal to 0. Then when I group, we have 3 cos to the fourth of x minus 10 cos squared x, right, plus 3 equal to 0. And here we see that A is 3, B is negative 10, and C is 3. Okay, so we are done with the first part. Now let's move on to the second part. So moving on to the second part, we want to solve that equation, right? So first you can write it like this. All right, so this is B. So 3 tan squared x minus 3 sine squared x minus 4 equal to 0. This is the equation we want to solve, but according to the question, we're going to use the above result. So which result are we using? So in this case, we are using this result here. So we're going to rewrite this as 3 cos to the fourth of x minus 10 cos to the second plus 3 equal to 0. Then from there, I can let cos squared x be equal to y, such that we have a quadratic in y. We have a quadratic in y. So we want factors of 9 that sum to negative 10. So it's going to be negative 9 and negative 1. So it's 3y squared minus 9y minus 1y plus 3 equal to 0. So here's 3y, y minus 3 minus 1, y minus 3. So we have 3y minus 1, y minus 3. And when we solve, y is going to be a third or a 3. But remember, guys, we are not yet done. It's an equation in cosine. So we need to rewrite this as cos squared x is equal to a third, or cos squared x equal to 3. Okay, so now we want to take square roots from both sides. So every time when you take square roots for trigs, try to do plus or minus, right? So it's going to be cos x is equal to plus or minus square root of a third. Then here, cos x is going to be plus or minus square root of what? Plus or minus square root of 3, right? But as you can see, for square root of 3, this should be out of range. This should be out of range. Let's see. Square root of 3 here. So our square root of 3 is 1.7. So this one here is out of range, because for sine and cosine, the maximum is 1 and the minimum is -1. So anything outside that is out of bounds. So we don't have solutions. So now we are going to solve cos x is equal to square root of 1 over 3, or cos x is equal to -1 over 3. This is likely to give us an obtuse, but let's just do it in case of other problems. And make sure your calculator is in what? Is in degrees as well. Okay, so it's square root of 1/3, right? So for square root of 1/3, I'm getting 54.7. So cos x is equal to 54.7. Then cos is also positive when we do our quadrants, right? All students take coffee. So it's going to be in this one here, which is 360 minus alpha. But this one now, guys, if we come back to our question, right? If we come back to our question, it's going to be in the range from 0 to 180, right? So the other solution here is out of range. So we can keep this one here. Let's see if I do a second cos of that. So this is supposed to be x. I just took the arc cos, so it's going to be x equal to that. Right, so here x is going to be arc cos of square root of negative square root of a third. So x is equal to arc cos of that. I'll put a negative in front of this. All right, when I put a negative, okay, I'm getting 125.26, which is within the range. So if it's SIMSEC, you have to estimate your answer correct to the nearest degree, but here we leave our answers correct to 1 decimal place. So therefore, x is equal to 54.7 or 125.3 degrees. Then we are done. We have solved that problem. All right, so guys, as we can see here, from here, we had our first part where we were supposed to express this in that form. Then we wanted to use this part now to solve item B. Then from there, make sure you also take note of the range. Then after that, we are done. Guys, I'm signing out.